What is happening across America today? Welcome to USA News, where we bring you the facts and the most talked of stories right now. Drop a like, subscribe, and let's get into the details. Trump, China, and the fentanyl crisis. Why the next U.S. China summit could be a matter of life and death. As President Donald Trump prepares for another high-stakes meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, a growing number of experts are asking a critical question. Will the next U.S. China summit finally deliver real action on fentanyl? While recent diplomatic meetings between Washington and Beijing generated headlines around trade, economics, and international relations, many observers believe one of America's most urgent crises received far too little attention: the deadly fentanyl epidemic that continues to claim tens of thousands of lives every year. And for millions of American families, this is not just another policy debate. It's personal. According to federal health data, roughly 70,000 Americans continue to die annually from drug overdoses, with synthetic opioids like fentanyl responsible for the majority of those deaths. That means, on average, one American life is lost every few minutes. Despite recent signs of progress, experts warn that the fight is far from over. In 2024, the United States saw a significant decline in fentanyl-related deaths, with nearly 30,000 fewer overdose fatalities compared to the previous year. Public health officials called it one of the most encouraging developments in years. However, new data suggests that improvement may be slowing, and that has many people worried. Analysts say the fentanyl crisis is not simply a domestic issue. It is a global supply chain problem that stretches far beyond America's borders. Much of the concern centers on precursor chemicals produced by companies in China, which criminal organizations can use to manufacture illicit fentanyl. Critics argue that recent diplomatic talks produced only limited commitments from Beijing to address the issue. As a result, pressure is mounting on the Trump administration to make fentanyl a top priority during Xi Jinping's expected visit to the White House later this year. Supporters of stronger action say previous diplomatic engagement produced measurable results. Past negotiations led Chinese authorities to tighten oversight of chemical manufacturers, increase compliance requirements, and restrict dozens of dangerous compounds linked to illicit drug production. Those actions, experts say, helped disrupt supply chains and contributed to reductions in overdose deaths. But many fear that momentum is fading. At the same time, concerns are growing domestically. Several prevention programs have been scaled back, pandemic-era treatment funding has expired, and some addiction support resources are being reduced or consolidated into broader public health programs. Families affected by addiction worry that losing those resources could make recovery harder for vulnerable communities. Across social media and public forums, Americans continue to share heartbreaking stories of loved ones lost to fentanyl. Parents, first responders, healthcare workers, and community leaders are all calling for stronger solutions and greater urgency. For them, this issue transcends politics. It's about saving lives. Many policy experts now argue that future progress will require a two-part strategy: continued investment in treatment, prevention, and recovery efforts inside the United States, combined with stronger international cooperation aimed at disrupting the supply of dangerous precursor chemicals. As preparations begin for the next Trump-Xi meeting, expectations are rising. Will the two leaders reach a meaningful agreement that produces measurable results? Or will another opportunity pass without significant action? The answer could affect not only diplomatic relations between the world's two largest economies, but also the lives of thousands of American families still battling the devastating impact of the fentanyl crisis. And for many watching closely, the stakes could not be higher.